Hey guys, it is 3:49 p.m. You might actually start hearing my daughter in the background because she's very talkative with my wife right now. But how's everybody doing? It's a little earlier than normal. I'm going to try to change things up quite a bit. So normally within the past like 4 months I've been streaming at what, like 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to try to bump it up a little bit, you know, a little bit here and there. You know, just a little bit here and there. Because the other day, I can't remember who brought it to my attention, but they were like, you know what? The folks from the UK and other places other than the United States can't watch it because I guess, you know, when it's 7 p.m. my time, what time is it over in like London? 2 in the morning, I think. So yeah, it's a little too late. A little too late, but what's going on, everybody? Jacob Suarez, ESPN 23, The Joker, Jay Hayes, Zay the Geek, Mad Dog Productions, Stormtrooper 551, Evan White, Almeri TV, Cole Schreiber, what's up, Cole, Alex, Vesco, Zay the Geek once again, Halo Rook, what's going on? Hello. Any more weekend morning streams? Bootylicious Bandit. Eventually, I'll never say never, but eventually I'll do more morning weekend streams for sure. Mornings, yeah, well, like mornings, my daughter is usually very playful, so we just usually hang out and play, but and tomorrow morning we're going on a little hike, baby's first hike. We're going to put her in the sling and face her outward so she can look at the environment. But yeah, I plan on streaming tomorrow for an hour and Sunday for an hour here and there, so no time officially announced, but yeah, that's kind of my plan. But yeah. Why? There we go. What's the plan? I just came home from camping. I was in the car for 6.5 hours. Oh, that sounds awesome. Alex, that sounds like fun. I hope you had a good time. This is great time. This is a great time because I'm at work and can watch the stream. Nice, Josh. What's up, Josh? Yeah, I figured, yeah, like, I think it was yesterday I streamed, and somebody said, you know what, it kind of sucks when you stream this late because he was from the UK and it was 2 in the morning for him, and I realized that what's going on? I can't move. Did my internet just drop out? Did my keyboard just go away? Wait. What? But. Okay, cool. Is my stream still live? If you guys can hear me say yes. Okay. The connection to the game server has been lost. So it was, okay. So it was on their side? Okay. Alright. Alright, let's try to find another match, I guess? Okay. Takes too much energy to ask questions. What? I wonder how Grievous is going to work in this game. Halo Rook. Yeah, that's really the only reason that I'm super kind of excited to see Grievous. Not that I like Grievous as a character any more than anybody else. He's not one of my favorite characters. I am more curious to see like how he animates in the game, how he plays in the game, because I think like in my head, I can just kind of picture him being a terror, like a huge force coming at you, kind of frightening in a way, just like a monster coming straight at you, you know? Oakville hiking, camping is a huge part of my life. I'm not Eagle Scout. Nice. Yeah. But two of my favorite things in the world, Evan, hiking, camping. I'm never happier than when I'm out like doing that kind of stuff. What's up, Star Wars Ramblings? What's up, Andy? I appreciate that channel support, man. It's good to see you. I know I feel like we're on completely different time or schedules nowadays, aren't we? I'm active at night. You're active around this time of the day because you work yeah, your days are all fucky unless things have changed. But Star Wars Ramblings, thank you so much for the super chat. First super chat of the stream, first channel support of the stream, and I greatly appreciate that, man. What's up, Greedo? Glad I can catch a stream. Glad to see you. What's up? What's up? So let's see. Not much, man. Just my daughter. I've said it for like the past week. My daughter's so close to rolling over. She just can't figure out how to get her shoulder. Like, she gets her hips over and everything. She just can't figure out how to get her shoulder to, roll over with her to complete the task. But other than that, it's the weekend. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow and Sunday. I'm hoping to get a Star Wars science video up Sunday. We're going to go get some wings tonight. Me and my wife are going to split 20 wings and just pig the fuck out and drink some beers at a little wing spot. But other than that, not much. I got a big, kind of a cabin trip planned in 3 weeks, and then a bachelor party in a month. Got a busy little month or so. But Andy, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I really appreciate that. Can't wait for you to get to Umbara Arc. But oh yeah, me too, Halo Rook. That's like the #1 thing that people want me to get to. But Andy, what's up with you? What's up with you? Let me know in the chat. I'll keep my eyes out on the chat. Anything new? Anything good? Anything happening? Have you ever watched the YouTube show Hot Ones? Josh Gonzalez. Yeah. When my wife was pregnant, we started watching that. And that was the first, maybe it was like right when my daughter was born. So like 4 months ago or so, we found out about Hot Ones. And that's like we look forward to every single episode. They're really entertaining. Yeah. So that's kind of, honestly, Josh, you probably read my mind. That's exactly what has gotten us into like wanting to eat wings every time there's a new episode. I guarantee if you could measure if there was like a measurable curve of wing sales in the United States, I fucking guarantee there is a measurable bump when a Hot Ones episode comes out. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Slightly, it might be very, very slight, but I guarantee it's measurable. Star Wars Ramblings. Yep, super freaky. I'm in a 9-hour day schedule right now. 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Geez. Perfect timing for the wedding in October. Thanks, Obama. that's whenever whenever anything. Oh, I stubbed my toe. Thanks, Obama. But yeah, I don't know if I could do those 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. shifts, man. There were a time in the Navy where it was like midnight to 4 in the morning shifts. Or those were like watches. You would stand watch. I never stood the night shift, but I did on deployment. But yeah, I don't know if I could do that shit, man. I don't know if I could do that. What's up, Mothmeta? I'm really going to just sit here. I've been sitting here for 10 goddamn minutes trying to find a game. What is going on? J. Feldy Tunes. Where did you serve in the Navy? I was at Mayport in Jacksonville, and then I was at NAS Jax. And then I deployed to South America on like a counter narcotics operations. Went to Panama, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Cuba, Colombia, and I think that's it. Yeah, that was it. I'm going to single-handedly bring back that meme. Do it. Where were you primarily stationed? Evan White, NAS Jax. Well, 2 years at Mayport and then 2 years at NAS Jax. But both of those bases are in Jacksonville. The primary difference is that Mayport is a primarily ship Station, they did have a lot of helicopter squadrons, but a lot of helicopter squadrons moved from Mayport to NAS Jax. NAS Jax is Naval Air Station Jacksonville. So, yeah, so I went from Mayport to NAS Jax. Hey guys, do you think Thrawn will be in the new season of Clone Wars because of Thrawn Alliances? Interesting. I haven't read Thrawn Alliances yet, Alex, but I'm about halfway through Thrawn right now. I've been reading a chapter or two, like a chapter a night, 3 times or 4 times a week for the past. I feel like I've been reading it for a month now. I'm just not in any rush, and I just, you know, whenever I go to bed at a decent time and I don't plan on staying up super late working on videos, I'll usually read a chapter. Ever seen a Gold? Yep, I've seen Goldberg's, Jacob. We used to watch that a lot, actually. We used to watch Goldberg's a lot. Yeah. Look at our fancy new icons. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do. These are kind of temporary. They're all based on actual Navy. I can't believe I can't find a fucking game, guys. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Moth, they're based on real Navy ranks, so I guess nobody... So, basically... Wait, is multiplayer... What the hell? What's going on? Oh, wait. Operations. Let's try to find Blast. So your icon is close to Chief, but the thing is, the icons are so small that I started making an icon in Photoshop, right? And I got so detailed with it. And then I got so detailed with it that when I brought it over to YouTube and uploaded it as an icon, the icon was so small that you couldn't tell any detail. It just looked like a blob, right? So that's when I said, all right, I need to make them a little simpler, a little more easily, you know, easily to differentiate. And your icon, Moth, is Chief. And Andy, Star Wars Ramblings, has Lieutenant. So they're all based on Navy stuff. Brand new members, fleet members, wear a little. It's the seaman or the airman 3 stripes. What are the other ones that I have? I think I have a petty officer 2nd class for the first month, and then a rear admiral for 6 months or 2 years. I can't remember. I'm still working on them, basically. It's been a lot harder to figure out what the hell to make those icons than I initially thought, because, yeah, like I said, you can't have that much detail, and now I can have, I think, 6 icons for 6 different time frames of support, you know? And I'm trying to think of easily differentiable, things that are easily differentiated between, but it's a little harder than I thought it was going to be. If that makes sense. Woo! Gotcha, punk. Whoa. There we go. Nice. It's a little acrobats there for you. We got that legacy icon. I might still go for Imperial, like Galactic Empire ranks, but the thing is, they're all very similar, and you know, they're just little red and blue dots, pretty much, and they're kind of hard to differentiate between one another when they're so small, you know. Yeah. Damn. I want more maps from the Clone Wars, Dr. Meme. Yeah, I mean, I just want more maps. I have a hard time thinking which era I would rather have maps from. To tell you the truth, I don't like, as much as I love Crate, Takadana. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Takadana map on this in this game. It's just kind of, I don't know, not a big fan of it. And what other sequel trilogy maps do we have? Crate is one of my favorites, but yeah, I can't really think of any sequel maps that I really want. And to tell you the truth, I have a hard time thinking of what original trilogy era maps that I would want, because, you know, we have Hoth. It's not one of my favorite maps, which surprisingly you would think that if a Star Wars game made an enormous, like, giant Hoth map, it would be everybody's favorite, right? But I don't really like it. It's kind of surprising. I love the Tatooine map. Oh, one sec. Ryan Harp, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec to finish my, I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about, sentence. Yeah, so I can't really think of what era maps I would rather have. Watching a lot of the Clone Wars recently, I would love more Clone Wars maps. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of specific ones that I would want. A Mustafar map would be pretty badass. I would like more maps set on, like, close quarters within a Imperial Star Destroyer or even the Death Star, you know? That, I don't know. More iconic locations even. Like, yeah, the Tatooine map is awesome and all, but it kind of sucks that it's not the actual Mos Eisley Cantina. It's just generic Cantina, right? You would think that if you were gonna have a Mos Eisley map, you would make the actual Mos Eisley Cantina and model it after the movie, right? You would think that would be the case, but that is not the case. Woo! Damn. But Ryan Harp, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. The Robot read it, and I'm going to read it too. A not so silent support for $5 for the stream. Happy Friday. Right back at you, man. I really appreciate that. Oh shit, we're really close to either winning or losing here. Let's win this. Give me one sec, Ryan. Give me one sec. There we go. Happy Friday to you as well. Yeah, weekends for me are like... they're just a lot different now, because, you know, normally I basically do the same thing plus baby. Yeah, Ryan, I basically do same thing plus baby. I make videos, I stream, I do freelance photography stuff, and plus baby. But yeah, but now, like, weekends are a little different because it's just like all baby, and then my wife is off and it's all baby, you know. But yeah, tomorrow we're actually going hiking early in the morning with the little daughter.
Does the black thing at the base of your helmet look like a hand waving? I always think that.
Interesting. Actually, let me grab my helmet. I'm curious what the hell you're talking about. Let's see. You hear that? You hear that plastic? The abs plastic. Oh, I see. Okay, I can kind of see it. It looks like a fat-fingered middle finger, kind of. I see, but I see what you're talking about. Interesting. No, oh yeah, okay. Now oh, that dude. It looks like, yeah. It absolutely looks like if you just hold your hand flat and your two middle fingers are like, yeah, I totally see that. Interesting. Never noticed that. I need to paint this area, actually. It's kind of scuffed up. Huh. But, Moth Meta, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Doesn't the black thing at the base of your helmet look like a hand waving? I always think that. I've never thought it looked like a hand until now, but it looks like a completely flat knife hand. Just palm forward towards you. I totally see that. I've always kind of thought it looked like a little middle finger. I always thought the entire helmet just looked like a big frowny face. But yeah, so it's some people in the 501st have like Ralph McQuarrie original art stormtrooper armor. I'm assuming they make it themselves. I can't imagine anybody's making them, but they look so fucking weird. They look so weird. Compared to, you know, what we know stormtroopers to be. What's up, Fred? Good to see you, man. How is Daddy Darth series coming, dude? Josh Gonzalez. Almost non-existent right now. I have ideas for it. The problem is those ideas, The problem is my daughter can be a little fussy if well, I think she's a little too young to do any kind of videos with her at the moment, the way that I'm thinking. I have a video that I want to make where me and her, I'm pushing her through a park, basically, wear my Vader helmet and her stroller, and then we get attacked by some rebels, and I would need to kind of talk to I have a couple friends who have rebel pilot costumes, and I would need to talk to them and get their help, but yeah, that's really, I have some ideas, but I just need to, you know, make them happen. Probably take a while. Cole, pub subs, 100% pub subs. Oh, yeah. I'm not much of a sweets guy unless they're in front of me. I prefer salty to sweet. Like, if yeah, I would rather have potato chips than anything chocolatey or anything. That being said, if it's in front of me, I'll eat whatever, but that's the problem, like, that's the problem. My parents always have so much goddamn, like, sweets and shit like that at their house, and cookies and chips and pie, and it's always just sitting on the counter. And if I go over there, I gain so much weight. I just chow down. But I try to, like, we try not to have any of that shit in the house because I don't have self-control. I do not have self-control when it comes to just eating an entire sleeve of Oreos and then regretting my life. Damn it. But it's kind of funny though, like, yeah, the way my parents eat, you would think they'd be 1,000 pounds. My dad goes to the gym twice a day. He's retired. He is just solid as fuck. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but they're not. Yeah, I've been eating nothing but like a boiled egg for lunch every day for 2 weeks now, and I'm down 8 pounds. So I'm trying to get back down to like my post-deployment weight. I was super heavy before I was in the Navy, or like before I was on deployment rather. I weighed like 245 pounds. I was a heavy boy. I'm at 213 now. But dude, I was heavy as fuck like before deployment, and then I went on deployment and I got down to like 195, 190. I'm trying to get back there. So yeah. I lost so much weight on deployment, it was insane. It was insane. We had a gym. There were 2 hangars on the frigate, but we only had 1 aircraft, so they converted the other hangar to be a gym. So I would go on the elliptical like for like 45 minutes every single night, and then it's not like you can pig out and drink a lot of beer on deployment. So I would just eat like rice and chicken or peanut butter and a banana. You know? Yeah. How tall am I? I'm 6'2". Yeah, I'm 6'2". Damn, I'm 6 feet 140. Oh shit, man. When I don't know how old you are, but when I was like 18 years old, I was 6'2", like 120 pounds. I was a skinny mini, man. Very skinny. Why did you choose the Navy over other branches? When I got out of high school, I actually went to an Army recruiter, but they just wanted 11 Bravo infantry, and that didn't. And I wanted to be an aircraft or air traffic controller, and that didn't appeal to me. So, and they weren't looking for air traffic controllers. That was like at the height of the Iraq War. They were not looking for air traffic controllers. They were looking for 11 Bravo infantry. So I said, fuck that. And then 3 years later, I enlisted into the Navy. And really just because I'm kind of from a Navy town. NAS has, Jacksonville has 2 Navy bases here. And I'm just, you know, I've always been around. My friend's dad was a commander in the Navy, so I've just always been around, you know, just a Navy town. So, yeah. Aren't you a little tall for a stormtrooper butterfly knife? I actually am. My armor fits me. There's gaps in my armor. Like, not in my armor, but like gaps where... Yeah, if you look at my armor compared to maybe people that were in the movie, there's like big gaps between large chunks of armor. But yeah. Oh, no, damn it. You know, as much as I disliked it in the movie, I think Canto Bight has the potential to provide some really fun maps in this game. Sky, that's a really interesting point, Sky. That might warrant a video. That is a very interesting point you raise. Yeah. A pristine and polished high society, high class casino with fancy stuff all around. And it would be awesome if some of that stuff was like breakable, right? I don't know if they could do that in this game, but that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I feel like there's always a couple cool ideas when I do these streams that people bring up, you know, and sometimes I forget to write them down, and sometimes most of the time I forget to write them down. Is no, Sandler Wars is not trending, Alex. I think maybe like 10 people tweeted it out. One day maybe when we have a shitload of people watching a stream, we'll get Sandler Wars trending up there, huh? Do. Coruscant. Oh yeah, that's true, Fred. That's probably the #1 thing that I would like to see. Just a really sleek urban combat Coruscant map would be really awesome. That would be really awesome, yeah. Definitely. We are getting Geonosis, right? Yeah, so which will be cool. It's honestly not my first choice. Like if I was to pick a map to make, it's not my first choice, but it's probably a lot of your first choices, right? But it didn't sound like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't sound like the Geonosis map was going to be the large-scale game mode map that we were getting, right? Because they're coming out at 2 different separate times, I believe, unless my memory's fucking with me right now, but I thought that was the case. Maybe not. I feel like the game is lacking in urban maps right now. Maps are built 117. Yeah, and those are the maps that I pretty much prefer most of the time. I mean, I'm most excited for the large-scale game mode, and I hope that kind of changes up how this game plays a lot. Bick Mitchum, I don't know if you guys know the channel Bick Mitchum. He interviews a lot of people. He's a really good podcaster. He tweeted saying that the game's future really relies on how the full-scale or large-scale game mode, you know, plays and is released and handles and stuff. And that's true. I firmly believe that. But, oh no. Yeah, I think I would probably pick Coruscant as a... If I could have my map, if I could pick my own map, I would probably say that. But, yeah, I think... I don't really like the Hoth map in this game. It's just a little... I love open maps, I love that kind of stuff, but... When it's open and super linear, when you really only have one way to run forward, you know, and then the super large stuff, it's okay. It doesn't really do much for me. Hoth is kind of just a big snowy place, way too open and linear. I think the large-scale game mode that doesn't have, hopefully, if I'm picturing it correctly in my head, like a battlefield map with multiple capture points, non-linear, you know, run wherever the hell you want. That is where my my big open, a lot of players, you know, game mode, where the fun will be, I think. Nice, congrats, Sea Lion. Graduation, freedom, and I passed my driving test, Sea Lion. Congratulations, man, on the graduation and the driving test. That's big. I wouldn't call graduation freedom. I wouldn't call it freedom. Just a new chapter. Just a new chapter. Oh shit! Do you die if you fall down there? Yeah, you must die, right? Defeated. I didn't get killed by somebody. In my opinion, Old Hoth was better. No, I completely agree. There's a lot of, I think a lot of Yeah, I like the old Hoth map a lot more than the new Hoth map, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. The new Hoth map, I even like the Twilight on Hoth map from the old game better than the Hoth map in this game. The Hoth map in this game is just... there's like nothing to it. Every time I play it, that's kind of like what I think. There's nothing to this map. I don't know. Okay, where's everybody at? We stomped him this time. Stomped him. Bootylicious Bandit played Super Star Wars on NES, SNES again today. Holy hell, that's a hard game. Yes. That's one of those games, man, that... See, I've been looking for my Super Star Wars game, my cartridge for a while. I have the the Empire Strikes Back, Super Empire Strikes Back cartridge still. It's still in my SNES. But that is one of the games that, when I try to play it nowadays, I suck so bad at it, and it's so hard. And it's one of those kind of games where I look back at my younger self and go, there's no way my younger self got past this level. How the fuck did my younger self even play this game? It's so hard. It's one of those, like, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it is stupidly hard. There's so much shit going on. It's like, whatever you want to call it, the hitboxes or whatever are so wonky. It's hard as shit. What's up, Bagging? It's been a while. I keep missing the live stream. I've been streaming later, a lot later than normal, you know. Yeah, for the past like 4 months, I've been streaming at like 7:30 p.m. my time, which is Eastern time. So, you know, if anybody's from like London or the UK, I think that's 7:30 would be what, 2:30 in the morning. So that's a little late. I used to stream at like 3 p.m. my time, which was kind of a good balance for everybody in the world for the most part, except for Australia and maybe Japan and stuff like that. But I just I'm gonna try to start changing it up. I might start trying to stream once a week, or not once a week rather, once a day actually. So streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays would be at 7 something p.m. and then streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays would be like at 3:30 or 4 p.m. So yeah, change it up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Damn. Defeated. That's the second time somebody's killed me in this match. And it didn't count. It didn't give them the kill. Interesting. But if I start doing that, if I start streaming once a day, I'll probably start playing some single-player Star Wars games. An hour a day. You know, maybe trying to knock out, like, The Force Unleashed 2. Maybe even play through The Force Unleashed again. And Knights of the Old Republic, which I've never beaten that, so that'd be fun to play through. But yeah, that's kind of my plan if I start doing daily streams. I just don't want to, you know, burn you guys out stream-wise, but you know, that's like in my head. I'm like, it's only an hour. You know, I don't really go over an hour. I think it's like a TV show. I don't want to. I want to overstay my welcome. Just pop in and say hi. You know, an hour is like a perfect little streaming time for me. It's fun. I get to catch up with you guys. I get to shoot the shit. Get to blast some rebel scum. Yeah. Jacksonville, Mad Dogs. Take it easy, Mad Dog. Oh, yikes. The Force Unleashed 2 is quite disappointment. Knights of the Old Republic is amazing, though. Spooky Skeleton. That's what everybody tells me. Force Unleashed 2 is disappointing. But, yeah, no. Eventually I'll play it. Eventually I'll play through it.
Nicely done. We're taking the advantage.
But yeah, the only problem that I see with the daily stream idea is an hour here and there might take away from video making. You know, just a little bit. Maybe not, though. I usually make videos, like, at night, like, when we put my daughter to sleep, and I'll stay up till, like, midnight or so writing and recording videos. Maybe it wouldn't mess anything up. I don't know. It's worth a shot. We'll see. Just to be able to play some single-player games and on a schedule, that'd be fun, you know?
Grenade out.
I think I'm gonna start a counter for every time Greedo says shoot the shit on stream. Butterfly knife. There are probably a lot of things that I repeat, you know, say over and over again. There are probably a lot. Post your favorite HelloGreedo repeated sentences and phrases in the chat below. I guess that's kind of natural. That kind of happens when you stream a lot and make a lot of videos, and I probably have repeated myself so many times with even videos, you know. Sometimes I'll make a video and I don't know, and I start to upload it and I'm like, oh shit, have I made this video before? But then it's just, and then I realize that, oh, I just talked about this on a stream. I didn't make a video, you know what I mean? Let me take a sip of water before I read this, Ryan. I say you know all the time, Cladle. Especially in podcasts. Like, sometimes I'll go back and, like, listen to a podcast I was on just to, almost to try to train myself out of it. Oh. Thanks, man. Give me one sec, guys. But yeah, I'll like listen back to this podcast I was on, and I say, you know, like, so much. I need to get out of that habit. You know. But Ryan Harp,
you should be needing to know Bombad. Many things to make Risa a home on the moon.
was that good or bad? I can't really tell. I mean, I think it's default bad, right? Default bad. Ryan Harp, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I can't remember, I don't understand what I just said. Used to be needing to know Bombad many things to make Wisa a home on the moon. Are you talking about colonizing the moon? And Jar Jar, am I stuck? There we go. And Jar Jar Binks' voice colonizing the moon? I am like slipping and sliding around. That's very strange. Used to be needing to know many things to make a home on the moon. I still need to do that Jar Jar stream. Oh yeah, there you go, Baggings. I still need to do that Jar Jar stream. Got my Jar Jar mask for anybody that does not know. Is this legal? Baggings? I think that was the first time I've ever tried that. But Ryan Harp, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Yeah. I'm trying to think. But I'm not good at that. Damn it. Oh yeah, that actually reminds me. I have a Star Wars science video. Wow, that was lucky. A Star Wars science video uploading hopefully on Sunday. Sunday, it's a light speed video. And I'm sure I've repeated myself and I've talked about this stuff ad nauseum on streams and even a couple other videos before, but it's a fun video and I really like the graphics I've made for it, and yeah, I like it. I like it. So yeah, hopefully that video will be up on Sunday. I have it pretty much halfway done. I literally made the half of the video and rendered it today. So half of it's done, and then now I have to write the rest of it. So that might take tomorrow and Sunday to do, but we'll see. Legendary Ostrich, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Streams equals donos. Donations? Donos. Love your streams and content. Well, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. And the channel seriously survives because of that support. 100%. I would not be able to make videos, stream, shoot the shit with you guys, and there would not be a HelloGreedo YouTube channel to the extent that it is without that support. I mean that. YouTube AdSense blows. Any YouTuber will tell you that. That's why, have you noticed that so many YouTubers are going to like Patreon and stuff, right? I mean, the YouTube ad revenue and the YouTube system is just, it is just declining and declining and declining.
It's from Star Wars Episode 1, The Gungan Frontier.
Oh.
For the PC from 99 or 00.
That is goddamn obscure, Ryan. Give me 1 sec. But yeah, Legendary. If you guys listen to Sam Harris's podcast, I'm kind of in line with what he says. He sees kind of the future of online digital creation or content creation in the hands of supporters rather than ad revenue. You know what I mean? And I firmly believe that is kind of the way that things are going, because the YouTube's ad system is so wishy-washy nowadays. People are getting demonetized left and right. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah. Ryan Harp is from Star Wars Episode 1, The Gungan Frontier, a life sim for the PC from 99 or 2000. I have never heard of this, so let me look this up. The Gungan Frontier, a life sim. A life sim. Okay. Dude, I have never... So, May 24th, 1999. That is really close to my birthday. No, actually, well... Not my birth date, but my birthday. Star Wars Episode 1, The Gungan Frontier is a video game by Lucas Learning. The players must introduce organisms to the Naboo moon of Omadun in an attempt to develop a stable ecosystem capable of supporting Gungan colonization. Interesting. So they're like terraforming a moon. A thriving ecosystem on Omadun. Huh. Oh, this is kind of like it looks like an RTS game in a way. God, look at those graphics. 4 modes of gameplay. I've never heard of this. Tutorial, beginner, advanced missions, escape. In escape mode, the player has to unload ship manually. Huh. Is this... Dude, how... There's... Okay. LP, Gungan Frontier, 01, Playing God. I'm looking at some gameplay right now. Interesting. Wow, this looks like bare bones shit. Oh, let me minimize. Okay. Yeah, Ryan, I had never heard of that before. Episode 1, The Gungan Frontier. I mean, have you guys heard of it? That's crazy. I bet there's so many games that I never played around that time that I've never heard of, you know? Huh. Interesting. I would love a game like that modern day. Maybe not like that, but maybe more of like an RTS game, big armies and stuff like that. You know, that would be fun. But RTS is kind of like, I won't say a dying genre. It's a genre that doesn't get any attention from mainstream developers, it seems like, you know, which is a shame. Especially in terms of Star Wars stuff, because there's so much Star Wars like material there. There's so much material there for like an awesome Star Wars RTS modern day, you know. And what's a big shame is that there are so many awesome independent developers that would probably do it super cheap for Disney, you know what I mean? That I don't understand why. Well, now they're hamstrung into they're forced into a contract. Obviously, we don't know the legalities of that and the fine print, but how incredible would it be if Disney said, okay, we're going to let a smaller development company develop a solid RTS game, give them a forever deadline, or you know, give them a set amount of money, give them as much time as they need for development, and then boom. Yeah, I mean, you could have an awesome Star Wars RTS game. You know, it just bums me out that I don't really get that excited for a lot of AAA titles anymore. You know, it's just because so many of them are the same. I'm excited for Anthem, but I like Destiny, And I'm kind of sick of Destiny, and it looks just like Destiny. You know, so many games are just identical nowadays, and they're just... I mean, they're incredible. They're incredible, and, you know, 10-year-old me from 21 years ago... No, 22... Oh, my God, I was 10 years old 22 years ago. It would have punched my 32-year-old self in the face for complaining that we're getting too many amazing games, but that's not where the ingenuity is and the innovation is, right? Ingenuity and innovation is not found in AAA titles. It's found in these independent developers that have unique and interesting ideas. And I want that for Star Wars. God damn it, I want that for Star Wars. You know? One day. Maybe. One day. AAA games, let's shoot everything, gamers. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, yeah, yeah, you know, you look at games like Witcher or Fallout and stuff like that. I think that's what people are worried about the new Fallout game being, is kind of just not being a Fallout game, you know. I understand the concern, but I'm not concerned at all. Yeah. I don't know. What's up, Luke? Good to see you, man. Honestly, if we want that for Star Wars, EA has to lose the monopoly on the franchise. Volstrager. Yeah, I don't really know who's to blame. Is it EA or is it Disney for being a little too tight with the license? You know, Disney obviously has to approve everything. I mean, I've heard this firsthand. Disney has to approve everything, even the most minor changes. To skins, even anything. So it's probably a case of maybe Disney is being a little too tight with the license when it comes to video games. They're trying to still hash out canon and whatnot for stories and all this stuff. And then maybe it's also EA. I don't know. My thing is, if it is a canon thing, if they don't really know the story progression of certain games, how they tie into the broader saga. When it comes to video games, HelloGreedo says, fuck all that. Who cares? When it comes to video games, who cares about canon? Can I just have a game where it's like Gungans versus Galactic Empire in an RTS game? Who gives a shit? Can I have a game where it's the First Order versus the Galactic Empire in a RTS game? Who gives a shit? Can I have, how about, Mandalorians, big Mandalorian army versus the Rebel Alliance? Who gives a shit? Can I please have that? Fuck canon. Who cares? Can I have a video game where Luke Skywalker is, I don't know, like running around slaughtering people on Tatooine? Who gives a shit? It's a video game. I don't understand people's like desire or need for video games to adhere to canon. I don't understand it. Video games to me, fun trumps canon every single time. I don't give a shit if it lines up perfectly with what we know to be in the movies and Clone Wars and the books and the comics and whatever. Doesn't matter. I just want to be Vader. I just want to be Vader doing whatever I want with Vader. Why does it matter? But it's doesn't adhere to canon. Who gives a fuck? You're making it so they're not making video games. I just want video games. We need a new Empire at War yesterday, Luke. 100% agree. And call it what you will. Maybe it won't be Empire at War. Maybe it won't play the same. Maybe it'll be a lot different. I just want top-down RTS, man. I just want top-down RTS. That's all I want. Those are, I've said, you know, I would love a Star Wars or a Skyrim style Star Wars game. That's probably my #1 Star Wars game that I want at the moment. But right behind it, and my #2 is without a doubt a Star Wars or a Star Wars Universe RTS, modern day. That'd be incredible. What's up, Josh Warrior? Good to see you, man. Got that Petty Officer second class going on right there. So yeah, you might notice the new rank or fleet membership icons. I'm working on new ones. These ones that you see are all based on United States Navy rank insignias. Like Luke's is a chief, and Josh, yours is petty officer 2nd class. The problem with those is that the problem that I ran into is that the icons are so small. You know, they're so small that you can't really differentiate detail, and it's really hard to tell what's higher rank and whatever than others. But yeah. It's canon if you want it to be. Would you like to see Bethesda make Star Wars games, Greedo? Halo, Rook. Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, man, I want anybody to make Star Wars games. I don't like the idea of... I'm fine with, like, EA having the license if that means they're pushing the boundaries and getting... even including smaller studios making games for them to publish, right? Which they do, but... I don't know. I don't really care who makes the games. I just want the games, you know. Obviously I look at people like Bethesda. I look at people like even Obsidian. I look at well, yeah. I look at all those games and I'm like, or all the games that they have made. I'm like, fuck yeah, it would be incredible to have a Star Wars game like this. That being said, there's a lot of independent developers that I would love to make games. I don't know. I'm not picky. Mm-hmm. It has no audience outside of PC. As for games, check out on Twitter. Avenging Archangel, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I completely agree. We see eye to eye on exactly what you said. Give me one. Let me track this guy down. And then, oh, there he is. Boom, boom. Oh, really? Well, Avenging Archangel, thank you so much for the super chat. The robot read it, and I'm going to read it as well. The problem is that the audience of RTS games are very small and niche. It has no audience outside of PC. As for gamers, check out Ask a Game Dev who answers this question. I'll link to it link it to you on Twitter. Yeah, I would love to read that if out of curiosity. But no, I completely agree. That's why I kind of said. Oh, one sec. Competition breeds creativity. That's the problem. Absolutely. In regards to Star Wars games. That's a really good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it, Luke. One sec. But yeah, Avenging. That's 100%. I completely agree. I see that point of view. That's why I said, like, give it to an independent developer. You know, a small independent developer. It would be low risk, high reward for Disney, you know. They could make it super cheap. I can't imagine an RTS game is that expensive to make. Granted, when you're dealing with a license like Star Wars, maybe there's some fine print legalities. I have no idea, right? But yeah, I feel like an RTS game would be. You can make it cheap, low risk, high reward. Give it to a development company that's kind of small scale that has made some RTS games. I don't know. I just don't understand why we're not seeing more things at least announced. You know, it's just a bummer. I get it. Games are hard to make, expensive to make, but the shit has changed nowadays. Shit has changed nowadays. You don't need... It's like music. It's like movies. You don't really need a label. You don't really need a studio to release your thing. You really can just fucking upload it or get Netflix to do it. They approve so many movies. You could make a movie and get it approved on Netflix. They approve everything. You can upload your music on Bandcamp and release things on iTunes. There are so many independent developers making stuff and putting it up on Steam, you know? The world is different. So let's have Star Wars games adapt to it, right? But yeah, definitely link that up to me, Avenging. I'd love to check that out. Is that, let's see, what did you say? As for games, check out Ask a Game Dev who answers this question. I'll link to you on Twitter. Okay, so Ask a Game Dev, is that like Ask a Game Dev a Reddit thing, or is that a Twitter account? Luke Fredericks, competition breeds creativity. That's the problem. There isn't any in regards to Star Wars games. Yeah, that's true. There's and it's not like I'm trying to think how to phrase this. When it comes to Star Wars, it's not like there would be any competition. Well, I guess they could introduce competition. How about a bidding war? How about we do it like a military contract? Disney sits there with this fat, juicy Disney contract, and then there's like a creativity bidding war, I guess, right? And then the contract will go to the lowest bidder that can produce the highest quality shit. I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. But yeah, creativity or competition definitely breeds creativity in pretty much all facets of life, especially with you know, oh shit. Whether it be you know, products through capitalism, technology, or even like the space race. The space race was a product of exactly what you said. Competition breeds creativity. The United States was competing with the Russians, the Soviet Union. Competition bred creativity, and now since the space race, since we landed on the moon, you know, we had Skylab, we had the International Space Station. Those are incredible feats. International Space Station. We had the space shuttle, but since all that, you know, it's kind of the United States rides on Russian rockets now. The fucking United States of America. The people that landed on the goddamn moon, NASA. You know what I mean? Saturn V rocket, the space shuttle, the pioneers of the International Space Station ride on Russian rockets. It blows my mind that we didn't continue to push the envelope. It's such a bummer to me. But yeah, competition breeds creativity. 100%. 100%. But I don't know how that applies really to I'm trying to think how that would apply in Star Wars games if they're all kind of under the same license. I'm not too, yeah. If they just give, I don't know, yeah. Ooh, getting killed. There we go. Play Death Trooper. Oh yeah, I probably have a lot of saved up points, don't I? I always find myself just running and gunning like a grunt. That's really what I like doing in this game. Don't like flying. Don't really like playing as heroes other than like blaster wielding heroes like Finn, Leia, and Han. Don't really like playing as lightsaber heroes.
Have you read Thrawn Alliances? Did you like it?
George Loesch, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. The Robot Reddit, and I'm in the Robot Reddit. The Robot Reddit, and I'm gonna read it too, George. Have you read Thrawn Alliances? Did you like it? No, I haven't read it yet. George, I'm actually reading Thrawn right now. According to my Kindle, I am like 51% done with it. I think that's what it said last night. 51% done. That's why I love my Kindle. I love it. It's just, I don't know. I was so resistant to getting a Kindle because I was one of those dopes that I like reading the books better. Yeah, the only reason I used to say that was because I wanted to put it on the bookshelf. Look at how smart I am. But the Kindle just makes it so convenient. Anyway, George, I will read it after I read Thrawn. I'm loving Thrawn right now. It reminds me of an episode of The Next Generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh, one sec.
Super chat. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Robin now. Hope you have
a
great rest of your day.
Avenging, thank you so much, man. Last super chat, going to watch Christopher Robin now. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Right back at you, man. And enjoy the movie. I want to see that one. That's one that I probably won't be able to make it to the theaters to see, but that's definitely one that I'm looking forward to seeing. Get a little Obi-Wan Kenobi action in that one, huh? But yeah, have a good one, man. Enjoy the movie. And George, yeah, so I'm reading Thrawn right now. I'm loving it. I read Heir to the Empire when I was like in middle school. And so it's been a very, very, very long time. So I plan on finishing Thrawn, reading Thrawn Alliances, and then going back to the Heir to the Empire series. Eventually, that'll take me a very long time, you know, to get through, but because I have some other books that I'm planning on reading. Somebody recommended Life 3.0. Sounds like a really interesting book. It's by a cosmologist. I can't remember his name, but it's basically talking about how the human race is going to have to adapt to AI. Just kind of a speculative book, a predictive book on where things are going. Sounds really interesting. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about alliances. Can't wait to see the Meg. That's the... I don't know if I'll... It looks fun. I heard my local, like... The local news has, like, this movie review guy. And I kind of want to apply for his job. But he was like... What did he say? I had it on when I was, like, feeding my daughter. He said, the Meg... He was talking about the Meg. He said, the Meg looks like... Makes the movie Jaws look like a guppy. And I just sat back and I was like, oh, fuck you. Chris Stuckman liked it. Plato videos. I'm sure I'll eventually see it, but, you know, I actually liked, what was the one with Blake Lively? That wasn't too bad. That was pretty tense. I watched that a while ago. It wasn't too bad. The Meg makes Jaws look like a guppy. Fuck you. Give me your job. I could get on TV and talk about movies. Alright, guys. I know I haven't seen it. Oh, what's up, Neon? Good to see you, man. No, I haven't seen Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. That's the kind of movie that, you know, we'd probably go see it in theaters if we didn't have the kid, but we're not going to take a baby into a movie theater. That'd be crazy. But no, I've seen all those, and I've enjoyed all of them. It's kind of crazy. My favorite one is still the first one. It's still the closest to, I think, just kind of a fun espionage movie. It's not an action-packed movie. It's more of a thriller. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's kind of crazy to see the progression of Mission Impossible movies, you know? But I've liked them all. They've all been really fun. Really fun. Yeah. But, alright, guys, I gotta get going. It's 4:50. I got about an hour until I got to, no, I got about like 30 minutes until I gotta leave. Shit. Oh, wait, no, I got about an hour until we gotta leave. Wait, what time is it? It's 4:50. So 5:50, 1 hour. Okay. So yeah, I got about an hour. Awesome. Hop in the shower. I have had a boiled egg today for lunch. And now I'm about to go chow down on like 15 fucking wings. Oh my god. That is so many birds.
I don't know. Why casual? Why casual?
I hope you're doing excessively well, and that your family is also doing really well. Any news on your book?
What's up, Martin Sweet? Thank you so good to see you. First of all, thank you so much for the super chat. HelloGreedo, I hope you're doing excessively well, and your family is also doing well. Any news on your book? Well, thank you for bringing it to everyone's attention. Yes, so everything is done except for the one chapter. So I finished the movie chapter, I finished the game chapter, I finished... actually, I'm about halfway done with the Q&A chapter. People from Patreon, I had them, some of my supporters ask me questions through Patreon, and then that is a chapter in itself. Pretty much the last chapter that I have now is the Becoming a Dad chapter. And that's one that I'm having a hard time sitting down and writing because I don't know how to put it into words. You know what I mean? I don't know how to put it into words, but I know I've been writing it for like 2.5 years. It's just been a labor of love at this point, but eventually it'll be released. Eventually it will be. That's why I've kind of avoided putting dates on it because I don't, you know, it's something that I continuously add to, and I don't really want to put a date on it. I just want to, you know, finish it up and get it out when I'm happy with it, you know.
Greedo promotes chicken genocide confirmed.
Oh, Isaac, so many birds, so many birds. What was that from? Was that my Battlefront video, my review video? But Martin, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. As soon as I'm close to getting it finalized, and actually when it is time to release it, I will take a picture a couple weeks probably before I release it, because Amazon self-publishing, you can order your own book and get it sent to you for like $5. I think it's super cheap to get your own book sent to you, and it's like a proof, and you can look it over and make sure it's okay. So when I take a picture of that proof, that means it's close. How about that? That means it's close. But I appreciate it, man. And Luke Fredericks, Greedo promotes chicken genocide confirmed. It's kind of fucked up when you think of it, right? When you think about it like that. Like just some like slob fuck walking into like a Hooters, ordering 30 wings, just engorging himself on 30 wings. That's like, I guess, I mean, that's like 15 birds. Thanks. It's just fucking crazy. When you think about it, when you really do think about it. I mean, that goes for any kind of thing, right? Anything that comes in bulk. It's just crazy to think about. I'm blown away, Luke. This just goes on a different topic. I am blown away. So I think about this kind of weird shit all the time. But like any part of the country, any part of the world, well, maybe not the world, but you know, any part of this country you go to, any mile, every mile, there is just a store full of food and meat and chicken and eggs. I just cannot wrap my fucking brain around how this industry churns it all out and packages it up and gets it into every fucking mile in this country. I just can't wrap my brain around it. The logistics of it. You know, I just can't, my brain can't process it. It's weird. It's weird. I just can't process it. And then I think about like Amazon, right? I order an RCA cable for $4 to extend my speaker cord 6 inches. It was very important, right? And then some dude drives it to my house. It gets delivered to a warehouse. It gets and then some dude picks it up, gets in the truck, drives it to my house. So like the logistics to get some rinky-dink ass RCA cable that I didn't really need. You know, this shit that we buy that we don't really need. The logistics to get it to my front porch, the waste. That guy I don't know. It's just funny when I think about it. It's just funny when I think about it. But anyway, I got to get going. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate everybody tuning in on this earlier than normal HelloGreedo live stream. I'm going to start doing these earlier on, I think, Tuesday and Thursdays. I'm going to be doing like a 3:30 p.m. Start doing live streams at like 3:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I'll probably shoot for 7:30. So, all right, guys. Luke, may the force be with you as well. Luke Fredericks, thank you so much for the super chat donation. Martin Sweet, thank you for the super chat donation. Avenging Archangel, thank you for the super chat donation. George Lowe's, thank you for the super chat donation. Avenging Archangel once again. Luke Fredericks. Ryan Harp, thank you for the super chat donation. Legendary Ostrich, thank you for the super chat donation. Moth Meta, thank you for the super chat donation. Star Wars Ramblings, thank you for the super chat donation as well. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And I will catch you all on the flip side. So tomorrow I will upload, well, tomorrow probably uploading nothing, but Sunday will be, hopefully, Star Wars Science Lightspeed. I'm bringing back Star Wars Science, and I'm going to make it so I want everybody, I'm going to make a big graphic pop up on the Star Wars Science video saying, if you have any ideas for Star Wars Science, put them in the comment section below, because I am all ears. I want to keep this series going, because it was dead for a little while there, you know. But it's one of my favorites to make, because I like researching stuff, I like knowing stuff, and I like teaching stuff. So, all right, guys. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Enjoy your weekend. See ya.